The concept of time is perhaps the most difficult thing for the human mind to truly grasp. We live our lives in seconds, minutes, and years. We remember our childhoods, we honor our ancestors, and we look back at a few thousand years of recorded history as if it were an eternity. But in the grand sweeping narrative of the universe, our entire existence is less than a blink of an eye. The universe is 13.8 billion years old, a number so vast that it becomes abstract, losing its meaning as it scales beyond our comprehension. To bridge this gap, the legendary astronomer Carl Sagan popularized a brilliant mental tool, the cosmic calendar. By compressing the entire 13.8 billion year history of the cosmos into a single calendar year, we can finally see where we fit into the story of the stars. In this timeline, every day represents nearly 40 million years. Every hour represents 1.5 million years, and our entire recorded human history, from the building of the pyramids to the invention of the internet, takes up only the final seconds of December 31st. The calendar begins at the stroke of midnight on January 1st. This is the Big Bang, the moment when space, time, and energy erupted from a single point of infinite density. In the first few seconds of the new year, the universe expanded faster than the speed of light, cooling just enough for the first subatomic particles to form. For the first few days of January, the universe was a dark, hot fog of hydrogen and helium. There were no stars, no galaxies, and no light that could travel through the void. It wasn't until around January 10th that the cosmic dawn began. Gravity pulled the first clouds of gas together, and the first generation of massive, short-lived stars ignited, flooding the darkness with the first rays of light. These stars were the first parents, forging the heavy elements like oxygen and carbon in their cores and scattering them across space when they died. As we moved through the rest of January and into February, the universe began to take on a more familiar structure. Gravity continued its relentless work, organizing stars into the first proto-galaxies. On the cosmic calendar, our own home, the Milky Way, likely began to take shape around March 5th-10th. It is a humbling thought to realize that by the time our galaxy was born, the universe had already been expanding for over 2.5 billion years. For the next several months, through the spring and summer of the cosmic year, the Milky Way grew by devouring smaller galaxies and giving birth to hundreds of billions of stars. Yet for all this activity, our own sun was nowhere to be found. During the cosmic summer of June, July, and August, while billions of other star systems were living and dying, the patch of space that would become our home remained a quiet, cold cloud of gas and dust. It isn't until August 31st that our specific story truly begins. On this day, about 4.6 billion years ago in real time, a pocket of gas in one of the Milky Way's spiral arms collapsed to form the Sun. The scraps of this formation, the dust and ice that didn't fall into the star, began to swirl and collide. By September 2nd, the planets of our solar system had taken shape. Earth emerged as a molten, violent world, constantly bombarded by asteroids. But it didn't stay a hellscape for long. By September 6th, the first oceans had formed as the planet cooled. And then, in a moment that remains the greatest mystery in science, life emerged. On the cosmic calendar, the first signs of simple, single-celled life appear around September 21st. This is where the calendar reveals a startling truth about the pace of evolution. For the next 2.5 months, from late September until mid-December, life on Earth remained incredibly simple. While the rest of the galaxy was witnessing the births and deaths of stars, Earth was populated only by microscopic organisms. For months of cosmic time, these tiny cells did nothing but eat, divide, and slowly transformed the planet's atmosphere by pumping out oxygen. It wasn't until November 9th that complex cells with a nucleus appeared, and not until December 5th that the first multicellular organisms evolved. On the scale of the universe, the jump from a single cell to a complex creature took an enormous amount of time. Once complexity arrived, however, the pace of the calendar accelerated into a frantic blur. December 17th marks the Cambrian explosion, the moment when the ocean suddenly teemed with a bizarre and beautiful array of complex lifeforms, trilobites, armored fish, and the first predators. On December 20th, plants made the leap to land, followed quickly by the first four-legged animals on December 21st. If you were watching the cosmic calendar like a movie, you would see the continents shifting and the forests growing in just a few hours of time. Then comes the age of the giants. On December 24th, Christmas Eve, the dinosaurs emerged. For the next 5 days of the cosmic year, they were the undisputed masters of the earth. They saw the rise of the first flowers and the first small, scurrying mammals. Their reign was long and successful, lasting until the morning of December 30th. On that day, a 6-mile-wide asteroid slammed into the Yucatan Peninsula, bringing the age of the dinosaurs to a violent end. In the final day of the year, December 31st, the mammals that had lived in the shadows of the giants finally had their chance to inherit the Earth. Now we reach the final day, New Year's Eve. This is where the scale of human existence becomes truly mind-bending. On the morning of December 31st, the ancestors of apes and humans began to diversify. But it isn't until 10:24 p.m. on that final night that the first primitive humans, Homo erectus, appeared. All of human evolution, the sharpening of the first stone tools, and the taming of fire happened in the last 2 hours of the year. At 11:44 p.m., less than 20 minutes before the ball drops, modern humans, Homo sapiens, finally emerged. The entirety of what we call civilization is compressed into the final minute of the year. At 11 hours 59 minutes and 32 seconds p.m., 28 seconds before midnight, humans invented agriculture, ending our long history as hunter-gatherers and building the first permanent settlements. At 11 hours 59 minutes and 48 seconds p.m., with only 12 seconds left on the clock, the pyramids of Giza were built. The life of Buddha, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, and the birth of Christ all happened within the last 5 or 6 seconds of the year. Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas at 11 hours 59 minutes and 58 seconds p.m., only 2 seconds before midnight. Everything that has happened in the last 500 years, the Industrial Revolution, the World Wars, the moon landing, and the digital age takes up only the very last second of the cosmic calendar. Every person you have ever loved, every war ever fought, and every word ever written exists within that final fleeting tick of the cosmic clock. This perspective is what Carl Sagan called the pale blue dot of time. It reveals that we are newcomers to a very old house. We are a species of the final second, yet we act as though the entire 13.8 billion years were merely a prologue to our arrival. The cosmic calendar humbles our arrogance and highlights our shared identity. On this scale, the differences between nations, religions, and cultures vanish. We are all final second creatures, sharing a tiny, fragile moment of awareness in an ancient and indifferent universe. But the calendar also gives us a sense of immense potential. If we have accomplished so much moving from stone tools to space telescopes in just the final minute of the year, what could we achieve if we survive into the January 1st of the next cosmic year? We are the first species on Earth capable of understanding the calendar itself. We are the universe's way of looking back and remembering its own birthday. This realization carries a heavy responsibility. We are currently the stewards of the only life we know of in the entire 13.8 billion years of history. If we destroy our environment or ourselves, we aren't just ending a few thousand years of history. We are extinguishing a spark that took an entire cosmic year to ignite. As we look toward the future, the cosmic calendar reminds us that the story is far from over. Our sun will continue to burn for another 5 billion years, equivalent to another several months of cosmic time. There is still time for thousands of more civilizations to rise and fall, for new species to evolve, and for humanity to spread beyond the Earth and out into the stars. We are living at the beginning of the cosmic story, not the end. We are the pioneers of the first second of the future. The cosmic calendar is more than just a set of dates. It is a philosophy. It is a way of seeing our lives as part of a much larger, more majestic process. It teaches us that we are made of stardust that has spent billions of years learning how to think, feel, and wonder. Every time you look at the stars, you are looking at the furnace where your atoms were made in the early months of the year. Every time you breathe, you are inhaling the oxygen that took the summer and fall of the year to accumulate. We are the legacy of 13.8 billion years of cosmic work. In the end, the most important lesson of the cosmic calendar is one of gratitude. We are lucky to be here at this exact second, with the ability to look back and appreciate the journey. The universe didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to produce life, and it certainly didn't have to produce a creature that could build a calendar to measure its own history. The fact that we exist at all is a testament to the incredible persistence of matter and the power of evolution. As the clock ticks toward the next cosmic second, we should move forward with a sense of wonder and a commitment to protecting our tiny final second of existence. We are travelers on a magnificent journey that began in the fire of the Big Bang and continues in the quiet thoughts of a curious species on a small blue planet. The story of the universe is our story, and we are just getting started. Let us make sure that the next second of the cosmic calendar is one worth remembering.